So, last week I finished the final draft. Well, the story itself that I wanted to tell was finished, but the story as a book was not. It was oh okay. So between then and now, I got to connect with a buddy of mine who has published a book before, and I got to get a lot of just insights and just some good ideas from him and recommendations. One of them is this book right here, Self-Editing for Fiction Writers. And one of the biggest helps for me has just been dealing with dialogue, because I tend to write a lot of dialogue with periods or commas where they shouldn't be, instance tags, and so I've been learning a lot about how to structure that properly. And I also have a lot of run-on sentences. I mean, it's quite ridiculous, honestly, when I when I've gone back and I've looked at the final draft, is the amount of run-on sentences, and I've been able to catch a lot of that because I've been using Google Gemini. I'll show you. I have it open here with all my chapters that I upload one by one as doc files, and I ask it to look for things like run-on sentences. I have it look for dialogue tags. I have it look for just little typos. But I also have it list like the reasoning why that is, because I do a lot of fact checking on anything that I do with AI, especially for work that's like this, because I want to be able to edit as much of this book as I possibly can before I get it to an actual editor to hopefully save me some money and them time. So, I mean, I've it's been a lot. It's been a huge refresher for me to just be able to go back and look at a lot of these things when it comes to writing, and getting a book ready for actual publishing, because the final draft that I had, this is like the fourth round of edits that I'm going through on my own with it. And each time, um, I'm always catching new things, and I'm uploading new, the edits of the documents themselves, and it's tedious, but it reads so much more smoother, because I wrote a lot of run-on sentences, a lot, and so I'm glad that I'm able to go through and clean a lot of it up, because once I'm done with all of my edits, not only am I going to be looking for an editor that I can get this into their hands, but I'm also going to start sending out queries for it. Um, I've also been working on a query letter that is pretty much going to be used for my book when I go to a few sites that my buddy recommended me to check out. And so, yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with my writing on the book right now. So, what else? Yeah, I haven't done any other work in other books that I have at the moment, because this is just such an important moment for me in this process of learning how to take a book from a first draft to a final draft, or a next draft, and then go through and clean it up, the dialogue, run on sentences, um, all that, which is exactly what I wanted to do. And then, yeah, and then I want to start sending it out as queries, and I'm not solely dependent on that, because once I have an editor who's going to be able to give me their feedback, their final edits on it and whatever, then I mean, I'm still going to take the route of self publishing, because there's other books that I have that I'm working on that I want to do as well. Um, I've purchased the domain also that I'm going to be using for my publishing house. And so once I get closer and being ready to publish, then that's also when I'll go ahead and register the fictitious business name. And I'm learning the process of what to do to be able to have a little ad for an FBN in a local county paper. which is what you have to do in California. And so I I'm doing that. And once I'm close to publishing, that's when I'll go ahead and purchase and register the FBN and the names available that I want. So once I do all that, then I'm going to be announcing it here on my YouTube channel. And I might create a separate YouTube channel specifically for that, because the original intention of me starting this video series on YouTube was just focusing on how I'm working on changing my life, which this is a big part of it, writing, and I'm making this much progress. But I kind of want to separate them because I've also been able to focus a lot on exercise this last week and previous week. So I kind of want to still keep this my own personal YouTube channel to just kind of focus on just me, myself, and I'll try to do maybe some camping videos here and there and other random stuff, whatever. But for my author channel, I'm probably gonna, yeah, no, I am going to um, have its own YouTube channel made where I'm gonna just focus solely on the writing journey, the process, and talk about the books that I'm working on, and just share what that looks like. And I'm really excited for it. Um, the goal is to have at least 3 books published this year, so I'm on track. I'm gonna do it. If you stuck around, if you watched this video, um, I hope you enjoyed it. And wherever you are at your stage in writing, just try to do as much as you possibly can on your own. No matter how tedious or repetitive it might seem at times. Having books like this one right here, self editing for nonfiction, sorry, for fiction writers, and there's other sources out there as well that you can find. Also, just look for words and phrases that are just way too repetitive. Um, because you'd be surprised, because to you it may come natural to say certain things regularly, but for a reader in a book, it may come across as just weird and difficult to follow along. So I know I've caught a few things that I said a lot repeatedly, or just found other ways to say it in more clear and straightforward. So that's really all I got to share today. Pardon my tired looking eyes. um I think I'm probably going to just be writing for another hour or so, and then just relax for the rest of the evening. So thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Good luck on your projects and your books. And if you want to share anything in the comments, please go ahead. I read them. So thank you. Bye bye.